Most stars often have to start from lows to reach their highs. They have a glamorous life on camera, making people wish to be where they are. But they often overlook that some of these stars have to endure hardships and non-ideal living conditions before seeing the light of success. Their hard work, determination, and perseverance make them thrive and often serve as inspirational stories for those who dare to dream. Here is a list of the top 10 Korean stars that went from rags to riches. Number 1. Hansohee. Her mother scammed people and ran off with their money, so she had to pay off her mother's debt before her debut. But her mother continued to borrow money without her knowledge under Sohee's name to the point where she couldn't repay it any longer and apologized to the victims. Sohee also worked in a bar in Seoul for over a year, struggling to make ends meet. Number 2. Seo In Guk. Seo In Guk's family was not financially stable. His father was a welder, and his mother used to pick up recyclable trash. He wanted to become a singer. He gave several auditions but got rejected. His mother continued to pick up trash even after he debuted. He gained popularity with the hit show Reply 1997. Number 3. Parkshinhye. Her popularity increased after her performance in The Inheritors and Pinocchio. Her name was listed in Forbes' 40 Most Powerful Celebrities in Korea. Her journey was not an easy one. But with the support of her parents, she was able to fulfill her dreams. Despite suffering from financial crises, her family moved to Seoul, leaving everything behind so that Shin Hye could become a star. Number 4. BTS Suga. Suga had to face many difficulties in life before becoming who he is today. He worked an unpaid part-time job and was also not paid for the songs he wrote. He had to live off $2 a day and choose between eating a good noodle meal or taking a bus. Even after signing up with Big Hit Entertainment, which was not an influential agency back then, as a producer and trainee, he worked as a part-time delivery guy to earn money for college before meeting with an accident. Number 5. Parkbogum. Parkbogum's life wasn't a bed of roses. At 22, he had filed for bankruptcy and had to pay off 30 million won only after the court ordered the creditors to write off the interests piled over the years. His father had taken the loan of 30 million won to start a business but could not repay it. And since Parkbogum was named a guarantor, the creditors demanded him to pay off the debt. Number 6. IU. Lee Ji Yoon's rags to riches tale is one of the great success stories of K-pop. Her parents fell heavily into debt while she was growing up, and little IU and her brother were shunted around to different relatives while her parents worked, and lived part of her early life with her grandma in a one-room apartment crawling with cockroaches and not having enough to eat. After training hard, failing 20 auditions and finally debuting as a singer at the tender age of 15, IU's meteoric rise meant that she was able to pay off her parents' debt just a few years later. Now, as one of Korea's most famous pop stars and K-drama actresses, IU's life couldn't be more different than when she was growing up. Number 7. Rain. His childhood was not an easy one. His family suffered from a financial crisis. Rain's father moved to Brazil to earn money, and his mother worked as a food vendor in Korea. From starving for multiple days to losing his mother due to not able to afford her medical treatment, he had to endure many difficulties. Number 8. btsv. Born Kim Taehyung to a poor farming family in Daegu in South Korea, V has said that if not for a chance audition which he followed his friends to, he would be pulling weeds on a farm with his grandmother. As a child, his parents were busy working, and he was raised by his beloved grandma, and he has said that he thought it was his destiny to be a farmer, as he grew up in a farming village and never really wished for much else. Thank goodness he discovered a love for music and aced that audition, or the world would never have known V's rich baritone voice or his adorable presence in the most popular boy band in the world. Number 9. Hyeri. The Girls' Day member and Reply 1988 and My Roommate is a Gamiho actress, well loved for her cutesy Aegyo image, grew up in poverty, living with her sister and grandmother in the countryside while her mother worked in a factory.